Spiritual awakening usually doesn't begin with a breaking point. Sometimes it's a trauma, sometimes a great loss, but most of the time it starts with just an emptiness. A deep sense of meaninglessness fills you, as if this body, this mind, this world you've lived in for years can no longer fit you in. Everything becomes tight, even breathing becomes difficult. If someone could see you, they'd say, "Are you depressed?" But that's not depression, that's deterioration. In other words, your soul is trying to save you from your old self. The old you, with your rules, your identities, everything you said, "This is who I am." It doesn't work anymore. And you're left with this new but unknown self. You don't want to go back to the old, and you don't know what the new is. That's where the system breaks down. But you don't realize it. This breakdown is actually a purification. You're not who you thought you were. And when you first realize it, it hurts so much. You hold on to the achievements, the masks, the roles that you have been working for years. I am a mother, I am a teacher, I am a comedian, an employee, a leader. But it all quietly dissolves, because the soul does not need a form, and you gradually begin to understand this. You are not what you do. You are something that is, an undefined, limitless, but very real existence. But this truth frightens you at first, because losing your identities is like death. Getting rid of the things that you believe keep you alive feels like a kind of annihilation. But at this point, something else happens. In the absence, the true self emerges. This stage, this is it, is the most difficult period, because nothing has changed on the outside, but you are no longer the person you were before. You talk to people, but the words remain on the surface. The movies you watch lose their meaning. Books don't give you anything. People seem strange to you. And you remain a stranger to yourself the most. What am I doing here? Why am I in this order? Is this really living? When these questions come, there is no turning back. Because the soul grows questions not with answers, but with searches. There are no answers. There is only deepening. At this point, you withdraw into a shell. You distance yourself from people, maybe from social media, maybe from your job, maybe from your friends, and most people think you are disconnected. But in fact, you are going to a place where you get closer to yourself. In that silence, you can no longer think as you used to. Your heart, not the inside of your head, starts talking. And this conversation is only for you for a very long time. You can't tell anyone, because there is nothing to tell. It is only experienced. Time slows down here. The nights are long, the mornings are meaningless. But deep down you know, this is a temporary loneliness. The soul is being rebuilt. And such structures require silence. One day you wake up, and everything seems the same as before. But you are different now. Even the sidewalks seem different. A flower petal, a child's laughter, a stranger's eyes, they all whisper something to you. This is you. The truth is hidden in the simplest. And waking up teaches you to see the infinity in that simplicity. You no longer have a goal, because existence itself is enough. There is no longer a definition of success, because every breath is sacred enough. You no longer resent those who do not understand you, because their time will come. And then, you realize that you are never alone on this journey. You just had to learn to hear your own voice. Life after awakening is not ostentatious, but it is profound. You see fewer people now, but you share more. You speak less, but every word you say comes from your heart. You consume less, but you feel more. Because you are no longer nourished by the external. Your source is within. This simplification brings a kind of grace. It is as if you are walking in harmony with life. The hard times come again, but they no longer throw you away, because you are at the center. And that center is where everything begins, the self. Spiritual awakening is not growth. It is a remembrance. It is a remembrance of what you already are, of the truth you already knew but forgot. And this remembrance sometimes comes with a tear, sometimes with a silence, sometimes with a walk. You don't have to do anything, just know when to stop. And now, if this video made you feel something, if you saw a little of yourself in these words, you are not alone. There are people walking with you on this journey, inside, outside, here. And maybe this video was a stop on that silent journey, a sign, a companion, what goes on in your heart, what you experience. Even just say, "I am here too." Because the spiritual journey deepens when shared. The more we remember each other, the more we remember. And then, that's when the real awakening begins. And as always, we have come to the end of an episode where we open the doors to the unseen world. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next mystery.